Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be checking out the Jwick Dolphin Switches that were sent to me by Keys for All for my honest review. These switches are silent switches, so they are silent Dolphin switches. The full name of the switch is actually Jwick Durock Silent Linear Dolphin Switches, but I call them Dolphin Switches for short. So these are silent linear switches, which means, you won't get that super loud audible click or, sound that a lot of people do like. So this would be good for, an in-work environment, so you don't want to annoy everyone around you while you're typing up in a storm or something, or just working at home and you don't want to annoy your parents or something. So this switch is a very good option if you're in the market for silent switches. Now, when I say it's quiet, it's very quiet, but the sound it makes is very nice, and you'll see later on in the video when I show you the sound test, but it's like a nice, it sounds almost like a deep thought to it, which is really cool. And if you don't want it to be a silent switch, you can easily open up the switches and remove the silent dampener that's inside each switch. Now that's a pain, so I'm not going to do that because I actually prefer it's silent because it just sounds very nice in my opinion, and I enjoy using it. Now the specs for this switch is that it has a 62 gram bottom out force, 2mm actuation force, 3.8mm bottom out, has a polycarbonate top housing, polycarbonate nylon lower housing, a palm stand, and it is 5-pin. So if you guys don't have a 5-pin supported PCB for your keyboard, this switch will not work. So you want to make sure you have those extra 2 holes before you actually buy the switch. When it comes to the actual typing experience of this switch, it is very nice. It is very smooth, especially because they come pre-lubed from the factory, and the lubing isn't super overdone, especially for someone that doesn't have a lot of time to lube the switches. This was a very nice thing to see, considering it was not overly lubed and it was very nice, and the lube was very consistent between all the switches that I have in my keyboard. These switches to me are a very good middle ground when it comes to weight and actuation and bottom out. It feels very nice, and I was never having to push too hard, or I never felt that it was too heavy on my fingers, and I was having a relatively fun time using these switches, especially when I was playing rhythm games. Rhythm games can sometimes be very loud, especially when you're living with other people. So when you're playing rhythm games, this switch obviously does not sound loud at all, which means I don't have to annoy my roommates if they ever hear me when they're walking out of the room or something, clacking on my keyboard at like 280 BPM. It's obviously not something that they would want to listen to, so having silent switches definitely helps. Other than that, I'll basically be leaving the sound test here for you guys to see how it sounds. So yeah, as you guys can see, I had my mic really close to the keyboard, and I had it boosted like 10 decibels, I think. So it's definitely a lot louder, so you guys can actually hear it without having to raise your volume than it would be in person. But I just wanted to show you guys that they are very quiet, and I hope you guys did like how they sound as well, because to me they have a really nice sound to them. Overall, I would definitely recommend this switch for people that are in a work office environment that don't want to annoy their neighbors but still want to have that smooth linear experience. This would also be good for when you're in class in college. So if you want to have a class keyboard so that you can take over to the library or something to do some studying or assignments, then this switch would be perfect for that environment. I really enjoy this switch, and if you are looking to buy it, it'll be in the description below. I actually have a code with Keys for All, and that is the code GREEN. So even if you don't buy the switch and you like anything else you see on Keys for All, use the code GREEN at checkout and you get 5% off. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.